A very pleasant good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the People's Forum of In the Streets with Big Stone. Today is the 5th of August, one day before we celebrate. This broadcast that I'm going to bring to you is extremely important to me, and I'm sure it will be extremely important to the Rastafarian community and also to the people in Jamaica. An article of my friend Lloyd Diagla came out in the Observer newspaper yesterday. Ironically, it is the same day that an article saying that Big Stone needs an heart surgery came out in the same newspaper of the Observer. I'm going to get into that article and where I stand in terms of the Nzinga King story. But let me go to the Observer and read. A convener of People's Anti-Corruption Movement, Lloyd Diagla, has labeled as state-sponsored terrorism the alleged trimming of the locks of the Rastafarian female by a policewoman at the Four Parts police station in Clarendon. The woman, 19-year-old Nzinga King, and her mother, Shirley McIntosh, spoke about the incident in a video recording which surfaced on Emancipation Day and has since gone viral. It details what they said happened to Nzinga as both women pleaded for justice from the authorities, including Prime Minister Andronis. Nzinga has reportedly been left traumatized by the incident, which is causing flashback from a previous traumatic incident she experienced 3 years ago. The family has since retained the services of a prominent attorney. The alleged action of the police have been widely criticized, and several investigations have been launched into the incident. Diagla, an outspoken human rights advocate, has added his voice to the controversy. The police cutting off Nzinga's locks is not purely about an attack on Rastafarians, even though this has been done to them specifically as a group for decades. It is one of the methods of violence used by the state to intimidate the poor and the oppressed, Diagla charged in a statement released on Wednesday. Diagla noted that Nzinga was allegedly pepper sprayed by the police while she was a passenger in a road taxi, reportedly while the cops were trying to apprehend the man. Upset at being pepper sprayed, Nzinga reportedly expressed herself in a particular way to the police, which they found offensive. While she was dealing with the discomfort of the pepper spray, she was arrested, placed in handcuffs and taken to the police station, and was later fined $6,000 by a judge for disorderly conduct. Unable to immediately pay the fine, Nzinga was placed in lockup, where she was reportedly forcefully trimmed of her locks. Diagla questioned whether she should have been fined $6,000 in the first place. He also noted that the policewoman who cut her locks while she was detained did not ask whether she was a Rastafarian or not, in clear breach of her human rights. According to Diagla, rather than respecting people's rights, the police are trained and paid to drive terror into the hearts of those under police control. He also brushed aside statements on the matter by Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson and the Independent Commission of Investigation, INDECOM, which probed police misconduct. As usual, the response from certain authorities figures to this incident is another example of state-sponsored police terrorism and only confirms the method of impunity for state terrorism. The police commissioner has called for an investigation which he knows is going nowhere, Diagla asserted. According to the human rights advocate, Anderson does not have the moral authority to call for an investigation. He also argued that the commissioner has said nothing about the use of pepper spray against the passengers in the road taxi, which he argued triggered the rest of what happened. There's not much to say about the public defender and the INDECOM. They are both impotent state institutions. nor is there anything of substance in the opposition response, Diaghilev stated. He also had some advice for the attorney who has been retained in the matter, urging him to see the case not as a Rastafarian or religious matter, but as racism and state-sponsored terrorism. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard from Mr. Lloyd Diaghilev. And I'm speaking directly to the Jamaican people. I'm speaking directly to the Rastafarian community. I'm speaking directly to every man, woman, and child. I'm appealing to every single Jamaican to find themselves at 9 o'clock come tomorrow morning, the 6th of August, at Nelson Mandela Park. You know I have been having a serious situation with my heart condition. A matter of fact, see an article that came out in yesterday's Observer newspaper. Now we have seen the article, but guess what? I have been advised by my medical practitioners and my dear friend that Big Stone, you should stay home and rest. But Jamaica and the world, how can I stay home and rest and my people are being terrorized? How can I stay home and even think of myself when my people are being terrorized? I have pledged my support to be there come 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Come 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be on the battlefield, on the ground, with like-minded people who believe that this atrocity must stop. This must be the last Rasta them trim, because we've been suffering for far too long. It goes even further than 1963, but the Ataclaps came when Bustamante. And as you know, most of these atrocities, and I'm not being political, but most of these atrocities occurred under the Jamaica Labour Party. I'm not saying that the Prime Minister is responsible for anything that happens, but it's under your watch, Mr. Prime Minister. So we'd only hope that what happened to this beautiful 19-year-old little girl who was separated from her culture forcefully. She was deluxe. She was trimmed. She was trimmed by a unconcerned woman. And it makes me wonder if that was really a woman. Because women are supposed to look out for other women, owing to the fact that most women are being abused and ill-treated and disenfranchised, used as sex objects and so on. Women should be looking out for women. But it was told that she said she have no mercy when she walks through these gates of the police station. What a statement to make at this particular time. This is the year 2021. And we say, as we come together, and I'm calling on every single one of you, I want to see Rastafarian more than I've ever seen before. I know there's a lot of people that just sports the hairstyle, but guess what? That lovely hairstyle that you force, it could be taken away from you under the disguise that you're a Rastafarian. This is something that did not just affect the Nzinga family, but it affects all of Jamaica and all of the world. People as far as Canada and England has been asking me, where is the GoFundMe to support this family at this time? We need to pool our money and resources behind this case and to make them pay like they've never paid before. I know no money can bring back the locks of Nzinga King, but her pride, her dignity must be restored. You know what startled me about this beautiful young lady, Nzinga King, was when she made a statement in a closing remark after she was being interviewed. She said, "I remain unbroken, just like a broken crayon." Because guess what? A broken crayon can still color. Nzinga, you're a lioness. I support you. in my sixth state, and I stand in solidarity with you and your family. Shirley McIntosh and of course your father, much love and respect from Big Stone Records. We salute you, we honor you, and we will be there come 9 o'clock tomorrow morning at Nelson Mandela Park to give you our undivided support. I'm looking forward to a grand morning. See you guys tomorrow, and let's celebrate the real independence. Let's celebrate the real emancipation, and that is the emancipation of our mind. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and share this video. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, now is the time to start the revolution and subscribe. Thank you.